I'm going to show you how to make a vegetable biryani using Tilda's Pilau steamed basmati rice. Now, if you're after something really quick and easy to make, whether it's for a main course or even a side dish that's full of authentic flavour, you can't go wrong. Now, the ingredients I'm using, I've got some cooked baby potatoes, onion, garlic, some sunflower oil and seasoning. I've got some okra for a really delicious authentic flavour, some garam masala, some golden sultanas, toasted almonds, some natural yoghurt and some fresh coriander. And I'm going to first of all chop my onion into thin strips. Now you can either slice or finely chop this, it's entirely up to you. The nice thing is about this recipe, you can be as quick and versatile as you want to be. So we've got some nice hot oil in the pan and I'm going to go straight in with the onion. You hear that lovely sizzle. What I need to do is get the onion lovely and golden, and then into those onions I'm going to put some potatoes, and I've just got 250 grams of cooked new potatoes. This is a brilliant way of making the most of any leftover potatoes, perhaps from the night before. I'm just going to increase the heat slightly. I'm going to put something cooler into the pan, which will take away that heat. So let's just sprinkle these in. Now you just want to cook these for a few minutes to take on a nice golden edge on the onions and on the potatoes. Now this is actually a vegetarian dish. It hasn't got any meat in it at all, but if you wanted to at this stage you could put some strips of chicken or perhaps even some prawns in here if you wanted to, just to make it into a fuller, more of a main course meal for meat eaters as well. That doesn't take long. It's ready for the next stage. The next thing I'm going to add, I've got some garlic, so let's just take a nice plump clove of garlic and into the pan. Now you don't want to add the garlic in with the onion because it will burn very quickly, so you want to make sure at this stage to keep the temperature quite low. Now the next thing we're going to use is okra, and it's a really nice authentic ingredient to use in Indian cooking, and it's really widely available in supermarkets now as well. And what you need to do is just trim the top stalk off the top. That's the part that we don't want to use, and I'm just going to cut it up into slices about 1 centimetre thick. Now, of course, if you haven't got okra, you can use pretty much any vegetable you've got in your fridge. Some courgettes are really nice. You could add some peppers, maybe even some aubergine. And I'm just going to pop these straight into the pan. It's really sizzling away now, and it smells delicious. If you could smell it, you'd love it. I'm just also going to add some garam masala into the pan, sprinkle it over the top of the okra. This adds a really nice warmth to the dish. It's not hot spicy, it just adds a really nice flavour and quite aromatic. And while that's just starting to take on some heat, I'm going to tell you about this rice. Now I've got the Pilau rice, the Tilda Pilau steamed basmati rice. What you need to do is just give the pack just a little massage, just to release those rice grains, and then peel off the top. And it's a fantastic ingredient to use if you want something really quick and easy to use, whether you're in a rush or you just want that lovely flavour. Now the Pilau rice I'm using for this recipe is full of some really nice flavours, and it's great to use straight into the pan as it is. And the good thing about using these sort of rices, you're sort of cheating but you're not. You're cooking a dish from scratch, but you're also using a really convenient ingredient. Tilda has a range of 15 rices within the steamed basmati recipe range, all perfect to use if you're short of time. You can use them alone, straight from the microwave, or as part of a meal. Now it's ready just to add this straight into the pan, so just sprinkle it in. We've got this delicious, lovely yellow colour to it as well, which makes the recipe look really colourful. And I'm also going to add, we've got the almonds and the sultanas, just sprinkle them straight in, just a handful of each. It already looks really impressive. So if you serve this up to anybody, they won't know that you've actually used a ready prepared rice. You just want to give this enough time just to cook, to get some heat going right the way through the rice so it's piping hot. You just keep stirring and moving it around the pan because you don't want any of the rice to actually burn on the bottom. If you're a real fan of hot spices, you could also add some chopped chilli into this, or even some chilli powder for a bit of a kick. I quite like the fact that it's got this nice mellow, fragrant flavour, especially if I'm using it as a side dish. I'm just going to add a little bit of moisture to this dish, and I've got some natural yoghurt. So just add about 4 tablespoons just into here. Now just give it a good stir around. And then my final fresh ingredient to add, I've got some coriander, which I'm just going to roughly chop and stir it all the way through. Straight into the pan. And that just looks and smells delicious. So that's it, it's ready to serve. You can smell those lovely aromatic spices. We've got that gorgeous okra, the nice crunchy almonds, the golden sultanas, some lovely potatoes, coriander, and of course, not to forget, our Tilda Pilau steamed basmati rice, which just gives beautiful colour, lovely flavour to it as well. Let's pile it onto a plate. So there we have our vegetable biryani, ready in no time at all.